going to start a series of videos on lines, and we're going to begin with slope. Our objective, given 2 points, calculate the slope of the line between them. Well, first things first, what is slope? Well, slope is defined as how steep a line is. It's also defined as the average rate of change, which we'll make use of in another video. Slope is a fraction. That's key. Slope is a fraction. It's equal to the change in the height divided by the change in the horizontal distance. So we have here a line from here to here. The slope is the change in the y direction, the change in the height, divided by the change in the x direction. So how far up or down, divided by how far over. If a line is rising from left to right, such as this one, the slope is positive. If the line is falling from left to right, the slope is negative. And finally, in mathematics, the slope is generally represented by the letter m, which we'll see coming up in our slope-intercept form of a line. Let's do a couple of examples and find the slope. Example 1, find the slope of the line through the point -3, -1, and -2, 4. Well, let's do a sketch and let's see it. No reason not to have a picture just to get an idea of what's going on. It doesn't have to be perfect. I am certainly not a perfect sketch artist. -3, -1 is in quadrant 3. 1, 2, 3. There's -3. Go down -1, and that point's going to be here. So here is the point -3, -1. And then the point -2, 4 is in quadrant 2. Go over to -2, which is here. And then, go up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is here. -2, 4 looks to be approximately here. And then we don't need a straight edge. We just want to get a sense of what's going on. And I missed it. Let's try again. Need to make my line a little bit steeper. And there it is right there. So there's my line. And going from left to right, we can see that as we go from left to right, this line is rising. As I go from left to right, it's rising. So the slope is going to be positive. Okay, so slope, represented by the letter m, is the change in y over the change in the x. This triangle symbol in mathematics means change. You can do so. I tend to look at the rightmost point first, and then subtract the leftmost point. So the change in the y, well, the rightmost point, the y value is 4, minus the y value of the point on the left side here is -1. So there's the change in the y, 4 minus -1. And let's do the change in the x. So I'll go back to my leftmost point. The x value is -2. And I'll subtract the rightmost point's x value, which is -3. Okay, be careful. What people mess up on here is subtracting a -1 is not the same as subtracting 1. Okay, well, this is equal to 4 plus 1. Subtracting a negative is adding. -2 minus -3 is -2 plus 3. And so this is going to be 5 over 1. Okay, the slope is 5 over 1. All right, which means we're going to rise 5 and then run 1. We can see the same thing here if we draw a triangle. we can see that from here to here, the change in the y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the change in the x is 1 in my imperfect drawing. So the slope of this line is 5 over 1, or because 5 over 1 is equal to 5, the slope is 5. But I want to emphasize that slope is a fraction. Okay, this is positive. I like to put up my positive with the numerator. This slope is rising 5 and then running to the right 1. 5 over 1. Okay, let's do another example, or a second example. Okay, and let's see what we have here. Get myself lined up for you. Find the slope of the line passing through 4, -2, and -1, 5. Okay. Let's do a sketch first. Nice to see a picture. 4, -2 is in quadrant number 4. We'll go over 4. And we'll go down 2 to -2. So this is the point 4, -2. -1, 5 is in quadrant 2. So we'll go over to -1 on the x-axis. Go up to 5 on the y-axis. And -1, 5 is approximately here. -1, 5. I have 2 points, therefore I have a line. Let's see if I can do a better job of drawing this one first time. Well, not perfect, but that's okay. We get the idea. What we're looking for is that it's pretty solidly, it pretty solidly has a negative slope. As we go from left to right, this line is falling. Okay, so the slope is the change in the y over the change in the x. And again, I like to start with the rightmost point and subtract the leftmost point. So -2 minus, okay, the y value of the rightmost point minus the y value of the leftmost point, -5. Now we'll do the x values. The x value of the rightmost point is 4 minus the x value of the leftmost point, which is -1. So this is going to be, let's see here, -2 minus 5 is -7. 4 minus -1 is 4 plus 1, or 5. Okay, so we can say this slope is -7/5. We knew it was negative, but in terms of interpreting it, I like to keep the negative sign with the numerator. And so this line is falling 7 units and then running to the right 5 units to make it a slope of -7/5. Again, with our triangle, we can see that we fall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. It's a right triangle, by the way. And then we run to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So there's our slope of -7/5. Next up, the slope-intercept form of the equation of a line.